I'm your goddess Nazca, here with Trucker Woman. I hope you guys like the new B-Rap back screen.
We're gonna be reacting to Horrible Dads in Anime by CJ dachamp.
I'm gonna make that a new thing. If you want, feel free if you are on my Discord, and if you know how to do AI stuff, or if you just like drawing and junk, feel free to give us your ideas or whatever we want to call it. Help me out here.
Just ideas or just whatever art you want to give us.
Yeah, we're gonna start just putting all your guys' submissions into our Be Right Back or ending stuff. See, those were made by, let's see, I want to shout out all my baby boos who made those for me. Let's see, Sheepy, Heidi, let's see, Captain Rudy, and Splinkant Dragon. I believe those were all the ones that submitted those doody-doos for us.
Anyway, you intro?
Okay, I already did hi.
Yeah, but
you already started it. It's already started.
Alright.
Everything started.
Horrible Dads anime.
The following footage in this video was used for parody, commentary, and education, and is protected by fair use. Please support the official release.
Worst dad? Shao Tucker.
I can't think of any other anime dad that's worse than Shao Tucker, because he legit experimented on his daughter. I guess someone who'd be an equivalent to Shao Tucker, maybe actually worse, would be, but he's not actually, well, he's an adopted dad. The guy from fucking, Made in Abyss.
Oh, yeah, in the same vein.
It's definitely the same vein, but I think his is a little worse, but the only difference is it's not blood-related. Shao Tucker's daughter was blood-related.
Alright, let's get into it.
And I'm all to the next, and I ain't looking back when I leave.
The worst dad in anime?
Dads. They're either great and support their kids, and they are mostly there to protect and guide their child down the right path, to make sure they can have the best life they can possibly have. Or they're an absolute deadbeat bum-ass nigga who hates their kids and should have never had the right to reproduce. And when it comes to anime, I don't know what it is, but 99% of these niggas.
Oh, fucking
Sanji's dad.
Judge. God, there are too many bad dads. Oh my god.
Can't raise a kid for shit. It's like they're allergic to being a good dad. So today I got a little different video for y'all. Today we're taking a deep dive and taking a look at some of the worst fathers in anime history with an honorable mention. Because if I'm talking about bad dads in just animation, period, this motherfucker is gonna make the cut every single time.
God, Ozen? What is that his name? Fire Lord? No. God, what was his name? Ozai? The fucking douchebag of flame.
The flame douchebag.
So we're gonna start from the top. And the lower we go, the worse they will get. It's like we're simulating hell for how much hell these fathers put their kids through. So without further ado, first up on the chopping block.
Gin.
Yeah. He wasn't a bad dad, he just didn't care.
He was an absent father.
Yeah.
He's what would you call a deadbeat dad? Just like the deadbeat duck.
Yeah.
He didn't treat Gon horribly or anything. This is why he's probably on the lowest rim. But he was not a father.
Yeah.
Oh, Jing. Now we're starting off with Jing because everybody else on this list is 10 times worse than him. But it doesn't change the fact that this man Jing is the king of the deadbeats. Like when it comes to deadbeat dads in anime, Jing is easily the first nigga everybody thinks about. And I mean, the evidence is there. I mean, we all know the running joke. This man dropped his son off at his cousin's house and named him Gon. Because that nigga was gone 30 seconds.
Oh my god, you're named after how little your dad cares.
He was gone.
Gone.
This man is a stereotypical dad that went to go get milk and never came back. Bro really dropped off a whole baby and the child support bill on Mito because he knew he wasn't trying to pay that shit. And I ain't gonna lie, if Jing was my dad, I really hate this nigga. Because if he passed this ziggity zag ass hairline down to me, boy, I'd be sick. This man deserves the absolute worst for making his son inherit this shit. But besides all this man didn't come to see his son or contact him for 12 whole years. The only stuff he left for gone was a cassette tape, a rusty ring, and a memory card for a PlayStation off of Craigslist.
Okay. I'm trying to think, well, no, I think, Goku would be better than Gene.
Goku was around.
Yeah, as around as fucking crazy Saiyan could be, I guess. Even though he did... okay, wait, no. Did Gene at least gave him to his, brother, I guess it was, that he said?
His cousin.
Cousin. And Goku...
Goku's just a dumb dad.
Yeah, Goku just dumb. Goku dumb.
Game that he created that you could die in.
Yeah. Goku and Gene have one thing in common. They're selfish, but Goku is like a sweet selfish that he doesn't know that what he's doing is wrong. Because let's all face it, even though the anime doesn't say it, fucking Team 4-Star, I think they were right in saying Goku has fucking brain messed upness because he was dropped on his head as a baby. So, yeah.
I kid you not, the nigga deadass left a message on a cassette tape that said, "Hey, Spark, so, you wanna find me? Well, I don't wanna see you, little nigga. Matter of fact, don't even chase me, little nigga. I'm gonna be so real with you. But, if you do become a hunter, then beat this game that I made called Greed Island. It's basically Sword Art Online. So that means, don't die in that bitch."
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus! I think somebody just died. But, you'll be fine. Anyways, though, you beat that? Then I'll maybe finally talk to you. Well, good luck, sport.
God.
But I'm gonna be so real with y'all. The shit that really pissed me off about Jing in the moment that showed everyone that this nigga ain't shit was when Gon was in the hospital.
Yes.
Now, Gon was fighting for his life after his fight with Pito.
And he didn't give two shits. He didn't care at all. You know, I'll give Goku this. He did care that, for example, the fucking Broly movie, the original Broly movie, he was doing his damnedest to protect Gohan. I remember the line, Goku, how much do you love your son? And Goku legit would protect Gohan.
I like how in the movie it said, "Bro, you're supposed to be warming up." I am warming up.
Oh, in the Team 4-Star version.
He was on life support and he was about to die. And Jing did not bother to visit him once when he was literally across the street. Not even a 5-minute walk. The lazy bastard didn't even want to go to the hospital to see his son that could have died. Like I'm telling y'all, when Leorio called this man out in front of everybody, it was pure satisfaction. Bro got on the mic and was like, I got a question for Mr. Jing. Hey yo, why haven't you gone to visit your son, you bum ass nigga? You deadbeat, musty, dressed in rags, bitch. You out here answering questions for people you don't even know. Meanwhile, your own flesh and blood is about to die.
I remember this scene.
So answer the question, hoe ass nigga. Why have you not gone to see your son? And after Leorio
is, even though he's a friend and stuff, he's a better dad.
Yeah.
Oh man, even in the in the Cooler movie too. Yeah. But yeah. And the sad thing is the fact that Gene is the low rung on the totem pole. It actually is kind of scary with how bad these dads are gonna get.
Called him out, Jing replied with, "Man, he got enough friends. He'll be fine. Did he even say he wanted me to come in the first place?" And the fact that
yes,
this
he
man
fucking
Jing said,
did.
"Does he even want me to come?" While Gon can't even say that shit because he's in a coma, pissed Leorio off to the point where he said, "Fuck it." And swooped on this
Yes.
man, out of his seat with a Shoryuken. And when this happened, I kid you not, everyone in the room cheered because they all knew that this nigga was a bum. Everyone was happy when Jing got laid out. And then the icing on the cake of Jing just being a deadbeat is when Gong woke up and was so happy to see his father. This man was crying and was so happy to see his dad. And look at this man's face. Is this the face of a man that wants to see his son? Hell nah! He thinking in his head, damn, do I have to actually be this little nigga's wife now? I gotta pay child support now? Oh my God. And when Gong left and said, can we talk again? This man Jing was like, I don't know. And everybody in the room booed him, calling him a deadbeat and a bum-ass nigga like they should. And this man Jing was ready to swing on everybody like, bro. But yeah, Jing is easily the king of the deadbeats. But like I said earlier, there are dads 10 times worse than Jing. And next up is a dad that abused his whole family.
Endeavor.
Oh boy, Endeavor.
Okay, so we God. Okay, on a if we're going to like fucking do a ranking here, would you say Gene's worse or Endeavor's worse?
Endeavor. Endeavor's 10 times worse.
Because of yeah, especially everything that he specifically Dobby. Dobby is the main example here. Not even Shoto is Dobby. The only difference between Gene though and Endeavor though is Endeavor actually wanted to fix everything. The damage was already done. There wasn't much he could do to fix shit, especially with the whole Dobby situation that you find out in Junk. But Endeavor actually grew a heart versus Gene.
Yeah, there's that part.
Endeavor is a great hero, but my God, he was a terrible father. Now, I will say this. Endeavor, without a doubt, is the most improved father on this list. He's actually trying to do better. But the way he was moving before his whole redemption was awful. This nigga was a piece of shit that mentally abused and broke his entire family apart. And this was all because he was a hating ass nigga.
Yep.
You see, Endeavor was obsessed with trying to be better than All Might. So when he finally came to the realization that All Might was just better than
the fact that he started the family at all just because he wanted to create a progeny that could be better than All Might, that's the sad part. So every child that he birthed was all in just trying to be something that he couldn't handle himself. And if anything, I would say he's a worse husband than father in this regard.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a skill issue. He decided, if I can't be better than him, then I'll make somebody better than him.
There was no love.
So this man went out and bought a wife so he could make a hybrid baby with her that would have his flame quirk and her ice quirk. He wanted to make a little half-breed avatar. And the first child they had was Toya, aka Dobby. Now, Dobby inherited a strong version of Endeavor's quirk, but his body couldn't handle the heat because his body was physically built to resist the cold because of his mother, not heat. So Endeavor considered Toya a failure.
Basically, all Endeavor was doing was playing eugenics.
Yeah. Yeah, it's eugenics.
Mm-hmm.
So he continued to have...
I will say one thing, Gene, he just wanted to get his dick wet.
He didn't know how to pull out.
more kids. He had Fuyumi and Natsume.
But fucking Endeavor did this shit on purpose. He was trying to make the baby. Gene just didn't know how to pull out, is the difference here.
Guess what? They didn't live up to the hype that Endeavor wanted. So then he tried one last time, and he finally had a baby that had both quirks, and that was Shoto. And when Endeavor finally had Shoto, he was so obsessed with him, he just gave up on all of his other kids.
I'm trying to think what was the whole thing, why she didn't try to, I think it's because she couldn't. I think legit she couldn't. That's because it sounded like
Because she would have nowhere to go. That's what it sounded like, because he bought her essentially from her family. So if she was to run off or something, it's probably one of those situations where she would literally have nowhere else to go, kind of thing, unfortunately.
Kids and told them not to be heroes. I mean, this nigga straight up told Toya in the nicest way possible. Listen here, son. Not gonna lie, gang, you ain't got what it takes. You can't be a hero. You can't be better than All Might. Just give up.
You are a failure. Your genes didn't come out the way that I wanted them to. I need to try again. So, instead of just mercilessly killing you, because that probably would have been worse, but it would probably have been what he would have wanted. I'm just going to ignore you now.
And this was the start of this family just breaking apart. Because after Endeavor told Toya this, he straight up tried to swing on baby Todoroki. So after Toya tried to swing on his baby brother, Endeavor straight up told his wife, keep Shoto away from the other kids and don't let Toya out of your sight. So this is when he just started to neglect his other kids. And the only kid he cared about was Shoto, because he was his perfect creation. So he put Todoroki through some hellish training.
Like with Pokemon, when you fucking sit there and IV train the perfect Pokemon and the breeding for shinies and all that jazz. It's like Pokemon, but instead of just deleting them, you just leave them in the PC box.
Like he was beating this little nigga's ass. And when his mother came in to try to stop him, he just hip slapped him right in front of his kid. And this wasn't even the last time he hit his wife. Because one day Toya came back to his dad and told him, oh my God, Pops, I've been training right. And not gonna lie, gang, I think I understand it now. You should come watch me, Dad, please. And when Endeavor heard Toya was training again, he went to his wife and slapped the shit out of her right in front of his kids and started yelling at her and cussing her out. And this was the start of Todoroki's mom's mental health just declining. Because
I would say at least Endeavor cared enough that he knew that his son was gonna kill himself if he kept doing the training. But again, this is more of a bad husband than a bad father in this regard here.
Yeah.
Still bad father. No, don't get me wrong. Still bad father, but I'm just saying I think he's a worse husband.
every time she looked at her kids, she saw Endeavor. And this led to Todoroki's mom throwing boiling water on Todoroki's face, giving him the Zuko scar because she straight up snapped and tweaked out because she couldn't even see her kids the same. Her mind was broken. So he straight up threw her in a mental insane asylum. And then since he completely neglected Toya, Toya went up in the woods thinking his dad was coming. And when he realized he wasn't, his emotions took over and his flames became out of control. And it ended up starting a goddamn California forest fire. Man's burned down the whole forest and Endeavor thought his son was dead. Just for all for one, to find his son who was burnt to a crisp and make him a whole super max super villain. Nigga turned him into a D1 tweaker. So yeah, this man Endeavor mentally and physically abused his entire family and pushed them to their breaking points. All because he was a hating ass nigga that wanted to surpass All Might. But you see, Endeavor is not the only father that we're covering today. That was a firebender and caused their son to get half their face burnt off. Because now it's time for our honorable mention.
Honorable mention, Ozai.
Now y'all should have known damn well. If I'm making a video about bad—
Okay. Let's see. It's a Trucker Man doesn't know nothing about fucking Avatar The Last Airbender. Okay, so Ozai's whole thing is he didn't give a damn about either of his kids, really. All he cared. So I think Ozai is like a combination of Jean and Endeavor. I think that would be a good idea of how Ozai is.
I need to get
so he has the not give a damn about your kids, essentially using them for their power. If they do not live up to his expectations, they're garbage to him.
I think I need to get COVID again so I get 2 weeks off so I can power through Avatar.
You can't get any days off for COVID anymore.
Damn it.
But yeah, the Ozai I feel like would be a good combination of both Gene and Endeavor.
Fathers, this man Ozai will make the cut every single time. Ozai is just flat out one of the worst fathers in fiction. This man is an actual evil narcissistic psychopath. And the way he treated his kids, whoa boy. There was a reason Zuko was a depressed dickhead and Azula was a psychopath. It all goes back to their father. So first, let's start off with Zuko. And we have to dive all the way into the comics for this. Now, the whole family was having dinner, right? And Azula was talking about how she set her firebender's teacher's pants on fire. So Ozai, of course, was glazing Azula because she was clearly his favorite child. And he was straight up enabling Azula's bad behavior. Talking like, your teacher.
So essentially more like, again, like Endeavor, with how you would focus on just
the one child
that's pleasing him, that actually has worth to him. But unlike Endeavor, Ozai is not pretending to be actually caring.
Yeah, he's just a psychopath. Well, I can tell.
Yeah.
Teacher sounds like a fool. I'll have him sent back to the colonies. So Zuko chimed in and said, he's not a dummy. He just thinks that proper firebending has to start. And Ozai cut Zuko off and he is pissed. And he says something that a father should never say to their child. He told Zuko, Zuko, how dare you lecture your sister on firebending? You know, little nigga, let me let you in on a little secret. When you were born, we weren't sure if you were a bender at all. You didn't have that spark in your eyes. I planned to cast you from this palace. How embarrassing for a prince of the Fire Nation to have a non-bender as a firstborn. Lucky for you, little nigga, your mother and the Fire Sages pleaded with me to give you a chance. Azula, on the other hand, never needed that kind of luck. She was born lucky. You were lucky to be born. This man snapped on his child at the dinner table, bruh. He basically told Zuko that he ain't shit. And you were lucky that I felt like blowing your mama's back out to make you. But it just keeps on getting worse from here.
Only gets
because
worse.
The next awful thing he did to Zuko was, of course, the Agni Kai. So this all started in a war meeting. So this one general came up with a plan that would have an entire division of new Fire Nation recruits be used as bait to distract the Earth Kingdom's forces so a better division could attack from the rear. Now, obviously, this plan is terrible because they're literally throwing new recruits out there to die. So Zuko spoke up and said that this plan was straight garbage and you're sacrificing and betraying loyal soldiers of the Fire Nation. And when he said this, all the generals just stopped and looked at this nigga because Zuko spoke out of line when he wasn't supposed to. So Ozai saw this as disrespect to the general. And the only way to settle this was an Agni Kai. So Zuko thought that he was going to be dueling the general. But when Zuko turned around and saw his opponent, it wasn't the general. It was Ozai. Because Ozai thought that it was disrespectful to him because Zuko ran his mouth in his war chambers. So Zuko was pleading to his dad like, Dad, please, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
I forgot that there's an official comic after the series and where Zuko finds his mom. Oh yeah, I heard of that one too. The boss music. Meow. Mush mush. Mushy. Good boy.
Sorry, dog is outside.
Double poppers.
I can hear it.
Meow meow meow.
It's disrespect.
But you're a giant
But
woman.
Ozai was like, stand and fight, Prince Zuko. Don't be a bitch. Stand up and fight for your honor. So Zuko refused to fight Ozai. And Ozai proceeded to burn half of his face off in front of a live crowd. And then after he gave Zuko his scar, he banished him and forced him to have this ugly as a bald ponytail that nobody should ever be forced to have. And told him,
Uncle Iroh, the best fucking character in all of everything. I got the book. Cool.
Lucy, come on. Back in. Come on. Sorry, dog. Sorry about that.
Don't come back till you find the Avatar, who has been missing for over 112 years. Ozai was basically telling him, don't ever come back, little nigga. And the only way you're coming back is if by the grace of God you get lucky to find a little bald nigga that has been frozen for over a century. Now let's move on to Azula. Ozai made Azula do all of his dirty work. This man just sat on his throne the entire series and sent his 14-year-old daughter to take over the entire Earth Kingdom while he just sat there and didn't do.
So he basically had a teenager having a hormonal fit to take over the world.
Yep.
Shit.
Take over the
then
world
he
for
took
me,
Azula's
baby.
plan for Sozin's comment that she made and straight up left her out of it. Nigga said, you can stay here and be Fire Lord while I go burn the world. And when he left his daughter to be Fire Lord, she went off the deep end and spiraled into madness while this nigga was having the time of his life burning the.
Daddy, I wanted to burn the world down. No, sweetie, you stay here and watch Daddy's throne for him while he goes burns down the world.
Entire world. Ozai, without a doubt, is one of the worst fathers of all time. The fourth Kazekage.
Oh.
This is on Shippuden. I forgot.
Who is this guy the daddy of?
Girl's dad, I want to say?
Well, it kind of looks like Gara.
Is easily the worst dad in the Naruto series. And is just flat out one of the worst dads in anime history. This motherfucker ain't shit. He had Gara living one of the worst childhoods of all time. Nigga had his son depressed 24/7. It made him start his emo phase at the age of 6. Like, there was no wonder Gara was a uncontrollable D1 crash out in the first part of Naruto.
So
it's because his dad ain't shit and he tried to make him a weapon of mass destruction as a baby. You see, Rasa did some shit. You see, the Hidden Saiyan was struggling financially. These niggas were broke, and they were in desperate need for a weapon of mass destruction.
You know, as much as I loved Gara, I didn't know too much about his backstory other than the whole thing with his, I think it was his uncle? I think, and he tried to kill him and stuff, and it was like the only person who loved him, but he actually didn't love him and stuff, and I'm trying to remember. I don't remember fucking much of his dad. Of course, if this is like stuff that was hashed out in Shippuden, then of course I didn't know.
Totally healthy family life, yeah.
So Rasa ended up conceiving
play
Gara
us
for the
Nova.
sole purpose of sealing the one-tailed
welcome,
beast
welcome.
inside of his unborn child, so he could make
I knew
him
that.
a Jinchuriki and weaponize him. Now, since Rasa tried to seal a tailed beast inside of his unborn child, this ended up leading up to Gara's mother dying in childbirth. So off the rip, not even a day into the world, Gara was made a weapon of mass destruction and lost his mother fresh out the womb because of his father. The little nigga was set up for a life of hell. And Rasa
Hey, now that I think of it, that's the... Hojo should be on this list. But I guess he's not anime enough.
Yeah, who did kill? I forgot so much about
knew
Naruto.
this shit. I mean, Gara couldn't even sleep because Shikaku was always whispering to him, "Yeah, little nigga, fall asleep, I dare you. The moment you go night-night, I'm taking over your body and I'm blowing this bitch up. Do it, little nigga, I dare you." And of course, since he was a Jinchuriki, just like Naruto, everybody in the village was scared of him and stayed away from
Had
him.
the
And
Naruto
Rasa let it
backstory,
happen.
yeah.
He didn't do shit about it. He just let them ostracize his son. And bruh, he did not let Gara have fun at all. This man was the no fun police. He would play outside with Tamari and Kankuro, right? And they were just doing normal things. They were just building sand castles and shit and just having a blast. But then here came Mr. My Son Can't Have No Happiness. His bum ass didn't even say a word too. All he did was look at Tamari and Kankuro and shake his head, no. Stop playing with that nigga, even though he's your little brother. Get away from that freak. So Rasa didn't even allow Gara to play with his siblings. He just straight up neglected them and wanted them to be alone 24/7. But you see, the absolute worst thing Rasa ever did to Gara was making the only person that cared about him try to kill him. You see, Gara...
Yeah, okay, this part I know. This part I know of.
Jimmy Dad needs.
Jimmy Dad, need OT, be on this list.
Needs to be on this list.
Jimmy Dad, need...
Jimmy.
From what anime? We'll see.
Gara had a great relationship. relationship with Yashimaru. He was his caretaker and
Yeah, I
also his
remember
uncle.
this.
And he deeply cared
His
about
uncle that was, I'm gonna say, twin sibling of his mommy.
Yeah.
They better fucking be twins with how much he looks like a chick.
Gara. He was the only person that showed him any type of love in his life. So guess what this Garasa did? He told Yashimaru, yo twin, I want to test my 6-year-old son to see if he'll crash out or not. So do me a favor and go try to assassinate that little nigga.
The other twins, okay, yeah.
And also tell that little nigga that his mother never loved him. I want to see if he'll go berserk. And if he does, he's a failure of a Jinchuriki. So this nigga sent Gara's...
So wait, this whole thing was supposed to... He was basically forcing his son to endure the most horrific, isolation...
And torture.
mental torture in order to make him strong, make sure that he's strong enough to... This seems like the reverse of how you would do things.
Gara was 6-year-old, by the way.
Yep, I remember.
uncle to try to assassinate him. So when Yashimaru pulled up on Gara, he had on a mask covering up his identity, so Gara didn't know who it was. So Gara immediately grabbed him and crushed him like a bug. So after Gara swatted him like a fly, he went over to his body and saw that it was Yashimaru. And Gara was sick to his stomach because he basically just murdered the only person that cared about him, and the only person that cared about him just tried to assassinate him. And with Yashimaru's last breath of life, he has to lie and tell Gara because Rasa's watching this shit. Gara, I was ordered to kill you by your father. And deep in my heart, I always hated you, Gara. And you know who also hated you? Yo mama, nigga. So Shikaku took over and Gara ended up going berserk. And Rasa watching this the whole time is like, looks like the...
Do you not think this was a bad idea?
His mindset was, a little kid can't be strong enough if he goes crazy from having all the mental trauma thrown on him, because even though he's a 6-year-old, he needs to be strong enough to not be taken over by the monster I fucking... This guy's retarded.
Yeah.
This whole thing's retarded.
Child is a failure. My son is fucking useless to me now. Like, you dumbass nigga weren't really expecting a 6-year-old to somehow control his emotions and not go berserk after his uncle came and tried to assassinate him. Then
And you're the one who's setting him up for failure. You were literally setting him up for failure, you piece of shit.
What do you think was going to happen?
God, this guy is...
told him in his dying breath that he always hated him and his mama hated him too. Like, nigga, how did you expect anything different? The 4th Kazekage was a brain-dead idiot. And I ain't gonna lie, I can't believe I'm about to say this. But shouts out Orochimaru for sliming this nigga out. It is the most noble deed he did in the entire series. Because Rasa had to go. This motherfucker wasn't shit.
Judge.
Judge. Oh,
Okay,
God.
we're getting into Judge. Okay. So Gar's dad. Okay, on the tier list, Gar dad worse than Ozen,
Yeah.
because he went out of his way to put his son through the most mental fucked uppiness.
Yeah.
Ozen, he didn't give a damn, but fucking whatever fuck Gar's dad's name, I don't fucking care to remember, but he went out of his way to torment his son.
I'm curious how he
When it comes
sees
to
Judge.
who's the
Yeah.
biggest sack of shit in One Piece, obviously you know you got your celestial dragons and everything. But right under them is this motherfucker Judge. This man had Sanji living in hell. All because he was a normal human being. You see, Judge wanted...
Oh, here's another, so Judge is basically Lightning Endeavor.
Oh, God, he is.
You legit, because except even worse of a husband, because yeah, and then he has no redemption arc. So basically, Judge's Endeavor 2.0, Lightning Endeavor 2.0.
all of his kids to be perfect weapons for Jarma 66. And he went to the lengths of genetically altering his kids to the point where they would lack any type of sympathy. He wanted them to.
So instead of just bang bang to play eugenics, Judge went the extra mile to actually DNA fookity dookity for the eugenics.
Yeah.
Be emotionless weapons because Judge was a warmonger who terrorized the North Blue and wanted to conquer all of it to restore the German Empire to its rightful glory. Now Sanji was the oddball of the family because he actually had emotions and was just a regular human because of his mother. Because when she was pregnant, she took a drug to try to
spite fucking Judge, this fucking piece of shit, fucking using my body to make our children into scientific monstrosities. Yeah.
stop the genetic mutation that Judge was trying to do to their kids. Now this made her bedridden and she ended up dying because of this. And it only worked for Sanji. His other three brothers was some emotionless dickheads because of the genetic mutation. So Judge put all of his kids through intense training. And during this training, Sanji always fell behind. So when Sanji was basically failing every single training exercise, Judge became disgusted with Sanji. He was so disgusted with this little nigga that he would let his other brothers beat the shit out of him. And he wouldn't do anything about it. Sanji would cry for his dad's help. But Judge would just look at him and tell him, "Man, little nigga, if you don't get your ass up, quit being a crybaby and bitch. I can't believe you got my blood in you, you fucking disgrace." Damn!
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if if Judge actually almost went to the point. Well, yeah, he said he legit probably would have let Sanji die. Well, let's be honest. I feel like he would have legit let Sanji die.
Yeah.
Especially like when he's like, "Okay, leave and never come back. Don't ever say that you're my son, you worthless piece of shit. I just didn't want to waste the time to have it to kill you myself." Especially when he put him in he was literally going to just let him stay in that dungeon and die, wasn't he?
Pretty much, yeah.
Now that I really think about it.
And his brothers continued to beat the shit out of him. They would do this every day and Judge would just let it happen because he didn't care about Sanji. The only kids he cared about were his sister and his brothers. And my God, when Judge figured out that Sanji's hobby was cooking, ooh, this nigga did not like this shit at all. Sanji was making food for a mouse, right? And the mouse was tearing that food up. But then Judge barged in the room and just started yelling at him like, "Sanji, are you cooking for them ass rats again?"
Oh, this scene right here, especially since I've been rewatching Vinland Saga in Discord with everyone, or whoever joins and stuff. This reminds me of Prince Canute, how he was cooking and his father didn't like it because, like, king kind of thing. Royalty doesn't cook. That's like a stereotype.
Sheesh.
If royalty cooks, that's a peasant pastime. So yeah, that reminds me of that.
Boy, I thought I told you to cut that weak ass shit out. So he walked over to the plate of
Well, that's the whole point. That's the reason he's not a monster, because he had monsters fucking treating him like shit. He would want to be better.
Threw that shit out the window, along with Mickey Mouse. He killed that nigga, and he told him, "Don't ever cook again. And if I catch your little ass in that kitchen one more time, I'ma whoop your ass." So it got to the point that Sanji just continued to fail at everything, and Judge just decided to consider Sanji a failure. So this man did one of the worst things I've ever seen. Judge decided to fake Sanji's death, and he threw him in a dungeon and locked a metal helmet on his head and just locked him up forever, so he never.
Seriously though, I'm kind of serious here. If Reiju didn't release Sanji, I feel like Judge would have legitimately just left Sanji there to actually die.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Had to see him again, and he stayed in this cell for 6 months. And while he was in this prison cell, his brothers would go in there and just beat the crap out of him for no reason at all. They would just do this for fun. So this got so brutal that his sister couldn't take it anymore. So she just broke him out so Sanji could run away. Now, when Sanji was trying to make his great escape, Judge found him trying to leave. So Sanji stood up to Judge and told him, "I'm leaving, old nigga, and there's nothing you can do to stop me." And Judge just looked at him and said, "Okay, don't hit your head out the door, little nigga." I don't care what you do, I'm gonna be real with you. But before we part ways, let me tell you this. Never tell anybody that you are my son, because you are the only stain on my legacy. So Judge let Sanji run away because he couldn't give a damn about him. And
Just like, hey, yeah, go do that. That saves me space in my dungeon.
You should have just done that from the beginning. Shit.
Yeah, true. I guess maybe he thought it. Well, he had to make it so that because everyone knew that Sanji was there, so he wanted to fake his death. And I guess it was easier to fake his death if he just let him slowly die in a dungeon.
Yeah. It just.
Yeah.
Judge didn't
Guess
see
enough
Sanji
time had
again
passed,
for
though.
13 whole.
Who had the worst backstory in One Piece of the One Piece crew?
God. Sanji's here kind of is making a good caking.
years. And the next time he saw him, he tried to use Sanji to marry him off to one of Big Mom's daughters. Bro didn't see his son for 13 years, and the first thing he tried to do was use him for a diplomatic marriage. And to make sure he couldn't leave, he put these handcuffs on him. And if he ever tried to take them off, he would blow his hands off so Sanji could never cook again. So after the whole cake arc and the Straw Hats rescue Sanji, while the Straw Hats were leaving, Judge saw Sanji on the Sunny. And the last thing he wanted Sanji to hear before he left was, "Sanji, I just want you to know something before you leave. You still ain't shit, and you'll never be shit." Not gonna lie, gang. If
Even and that was after Sanji rescued him.
Yeah.
That's the funny part.
Where he was about to die, he cried like a little bitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, him and his three sons who were like, the three sons who were emotionless and were like, oh, I guess we lost. I guess we're all gonna die now. Oh well. And he was sitting there crying, and I think, if I remember correctly, I think his sons were laughing at him.
Oh yeah.
Pops was talking to you like this after years of abuse and neglectment, ain't gonna lie, you might have to slime that nigga, because that's insane. Judge rightfully earned his reputation as one of the worst fathers in anime.
Definitely.
Shelltucker.
Is he the last on this list? Because I don't know. I feel like I can't, like I said, okay. There's actually, like I said, the one person I think is worse than Shelltucker. Basically, the same playbook as Shelltucker. And that would be, fucking the guy from,
Evangelion.
No. Does the guy from Evangelion have the same playbook as Shelltucker? Where he uses his kid as, like, experimentation?
I don't remember. It's been forever since I've seen Evangelion.
Mm-hmm. No, I think Evangelion's below Shelltucker, but I don't fucking remember name. I never watched fucking Evangelion, to be honest. But I can't remember his name. Made in Abyss.
I think Shelltucker's worse. Because it's its own flesh and blood.
I mean, yes, but he was still a father to, God, I can't remember these characters'
he was still
names.
a father, and then still...
And then, not to mention, he was a masked father. He was the adopted father to a bunch of kids. And all the fucking torturous experiments he put them through, putting them down into the MIDI.
Anyway, let's get into this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the final father we will be covering today. And this motherfucker Shelltucker is arguably the top one worst father in anime history. In my personal opinion, he's the worst. Now, if you've never seen Full Metal Alchemist and you don't know who this nigga is,
Trigun.
I'm warning you right now. This shit is a...
You remember that one, right?
Was that Raven's father?
Yeah, Raven's father.
Yeah.
Well, he was a legit demon, so... This one's a fucking human who I don't get how the fuck you could be so desperate to, like, yeah, experiment on your dog, sure, to make sure you have money and a better life for you and your daughter. But then when you go into using your daughter to get the money and better life, you kind of lost the point there, and now it's just taking care of yourself, and yeah, you abandoned your daughter. Seen the original and Brotherhood, yeah.
About to get dark. So, Shell Tucker was a state alchemist that was known for his work about chimeras. And Shell famously got his state alchemist license for making a chimera that could speak the human language. And he did this 2 years ago. So when we first meet Shell, he just looks like an average run-of-the-mill middle.
Of course, then again, if I remember correctly, he secretly didn't care. Because, okay, you that part where he said 2 years ago, did you forget this? The 2 years ago?
Well, that's when his wife disappeared, quote unquote, disappeared.
He used his wife as the experiment first.
Yeah.
So he could have cared less about his family. He wanted the accolades. He wanted the praise. He wanted the notoriety and the fame over his family.
Age dad, who's had a couple of midlife crises, as we can see clearly from his hairline, because that shit's receding like a motherfucker. But Sho had a daughter named Nina, and a dog named Alexander, and they looked like a pretty happy family. Now the house was nasty as hell. The dishes are like they ain't been washed in a week, and the shelves are like they haven't been dusted in ages. And Sho says the reason why the house is like this is because his wife left him and his daughter, and she left them 2 years ago. So after Ed and Al met Sho the first day, when they were leaving, Sho was informed that assessment day was coming up. And assessment day is an evaluation to see if you can keep your state alchemist license or not. And last assessment day, Sho laid an egg. That nigga failed. So this next one coming up was make or break for Sho. Because if he did ass on this next test, he would lose his state alchemist license. So the next day Ed and Al came over, they came and played with Nina and Alexander. Cause Nina was sad because her dad was locked up in the lab the whole day. Cause he was contemplating what could he possibly do to pass the next evaluation day.
Daddy's been working so hard for the last couple of years. I don't know how to make him happy. Nina, darling, do you want to make Daddy happy, right? Please, fuse with your dog.
Not get fired. So Sho came up with one of the most sick, vile, disgusting, disturbing ideas ever. When Ed and Al left on the second day, this nigga told Nina, "Hey Nina, I've got a great idea. Do you want to play with Daddy tomorrow?" And of course Nina was happy because she was finally gonna get time to spend time with her dad. But this was not gonna be fun father-daughter time like Nina thought she was about to have. Because the time she was about to spend with her father was about to change her life forever. So Ed and Al come back on the third day. So when they first came in the house, nobody was there to greet them. So they decided to look around to see if they could find anybody. So they went down to the laboratory.
You know what's scary?
What?
Okay, Alphonse didn't catch on, but I wonder at what point did Ed catch on that that creature was Nina? Because I feel like Ed knew from the second he saw it.
The OG Fullmetal was the worst.
Nah. You're talking about the original Shal Tucker from the OG Full Metal Alchemist was worse than the Brotherhood one, right?
The one thing I'm sad is because I've been spoiled on this. I didn't get that shock factor that you probably got when you saw it.
Yeah. Like I said, the part that shocked me the most was when Scar killed Nina. When you see her splattered corpse on the wall.
Shit. I think I'm more of the Brotherhood side of things when it comes to Full Metal Alchemist. I feel like I could get more.
Well, it's because it's longer and stuff, and then it follows more of the original writing and stuff. But I do have a soft spot for the original anime.
That was a mercy kill.
Yeah, it was a mercy kill, but it
And
still
they found Sho in
just
there
shocked me.
with some type of creature. So Sho greets them and tells them, "Boys, I've finally done it. I've made a chimera that can speak and understand the human language." So at first, Ed and Al were happy for him because this looked like the scientific breakthrough.
I think from the moment, I don't think Ed was happy at the very moment. Alphonse was being naive, but I think Ed saw what he did from the start.
That Sho needed to pass evaluation day. So Sho told the chimera
Oh, no, he was.
to introduce yourself to Ed.
Never
So the
mind.
chimera started speaking to Ed, saying, "That person, Edward. That person, Edward."
At this
And then
moment,
Okay, never mind. Ed, it hit him when it started talking, but it took Alphonse a little longer.
it took a sec. That moment when he would get gears kicked together in his brain.
Yeah. And then
Netflix-
Alphonse was like, "Yay, you did it, Shell!" And then Ed's like, "Where's Nina and Alexander?"
If Netflix did a live adaptation of Full Metal Alchemist, how you think they would do this scene?
CG.
No, like you think they would do it justice?
No.
Last thing the chimera says made niggas sick to their stomach. It said,
Hamster went into overdrive. Yep.
and look at Sho. Look at how he is standing. Bro doesn't even look human right here. I'm gonna be so real. So
Yep.
then to make sure Ed wasn't tripping, he asked Sho, "When did you get your state alchemist license?" And Sho says, 2 years ago. Then Ed
Uh-oh.
asked him another question. "When did your wife leave?" And Sho states, let's see. That was about 2 years ago as well. So then Ed
Why would you lie about it? He didn't even fucking care. I think Shao knew that Ed caught on to what he did.
He knew that he knew.
He knew that he knew.
asked him one final question. He asked, "Where the fuck are Nina and Alexander?" And he tells him, "Oh, can't you tell? They're in this room with us right now." Oh my goodness! And it all clicked from there. This nigga made Nina and Alexander do the fusion dance and turned them into motherfucking dog nigga. And
Human
guess what? The wife, yeah, she ain't leave, nigga. Sho turned her into a chimera 2 years ago. That's how we got a state alchemist license. So Ed slammed Sho on the wall. And Sho didn't even feel bad about it. This crazy bastard was all smiles and was just saying,
It's what Nina would have wanted. She wanted to help Daddy not lose his license. Why are you so upset, Ed?
Ugh.
"Oh, this is just human evolution. This is progress." So Ed starts beating this nigga's ass. He punched Bro for about 30 seconds straight, and he was going to kill him. And I ain't gonna lie, he should have killed the nigga right here. But
Edward.
Al stopped him because Nina Xander was still watching him the whole
Yes.
time. And she was telling him, "Big brother
We're the
Ed,
same man.
why are you beating up Daddy?" So
Huh. Was it? I'm not sure which version this one is. Like, is this the original or is this the Brotherhood version? But I could have sworn it was Nina that stopped Ed from beating up Shao, not Alphonse.
Edward hurt daddy.
Edward hurt Daddy.
Everyone's gonna make the
Ed
same about
stopped because
trans.
it was just too
God.
much. And this pathetic bastard Sho was so delusional after
The
getting his
Great
ass whooped.
Awakening.
Bro was saying, "I did it. I made it in time to keep my alchemist license." Dude didn't even care about his daughter or the sick ass shit that he just did. All he cared about was keeping his status as a state alchemist. So obviously they arrest this sick ass nigga and put his bitch ass on house arrest. And while he was locked up in his house, Scar broke in.
Okay,
so
this
he
is the
walked up to
original.
Sho and did what needed to be done. He gripped this ugly ass nigga by the face and
Oh
electrocuted
no,
him.
this isn't the original. This is Brotherhood. He's reviewing.
Ah,
Yeah, this one's Brotherhood he's reviewing. Yeah, I believe in the original Nina was the one that stops Ed from punching him.
huh.
And then also in the
That is
original...
Brotherhood.
Okay, yeah. Also in the original, Shal Tucker lives, and he ends up turning himself into a chimera, and then he goes through this whole thing where he tries to bring Nina back. I kind of... I don't know why. I kind of liked how the original was.
Sending his ass to the bottomless pits of hell. And then after he boom show, Scar just decided the best thing for Nina was to just put out of misery. So
Yeah.
he kills the fusion of Nina Xander. So yeah, man. This man's show was a sick nigga. He turned
died
his
too
wife
quick,
into a
yeah.
chimera, then made his daughter and the dog do the fusion.
Yeah, I like better in the original that Shao suffers more. He turns himself into a chimera, and he helps out the homunculists and stuff. Yeah, I feel like he suffers a lot more in the original version.
Where's the mom though?
She dead.
She-
Like, there was a reason this man is universally agreed upon as the worst father in anime
Yeah.
history. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a showcase of some of the worst dads in anime history. And if you're wondering, but CJ, what about all these other horrible, deadbeat, sick-ass
Yep,
niggas?
so many.
I got you. I got a whole nother 6-man lineup ready to fire off. So if y'all down, we'll run.
Fucking Hanma. Okay, what is the lineup here? Wait. Oh
we
my
got
gosh.
the
Okay, so obviously, the guy from Evangelion. Wait, Guts had a dad? In fact, I have to ask it. Fucking, the dude from Code Geass.
oh god.
The Yujiro Hanma. And, oh, I believe he's from, Tekken anime.
Huh.
Is it Tekken?
Maybe.
I think
This
it's
back
Tekken.
after like the next trial or something.
Oh,
But with that being
mention.
said, hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all down, we'll
Who is
I
the
got you.
top
I got a
one?
whole nother.
I don't know who that one is.
Huh.
That one I'm not familiar with. The Berserk one I'm guessing it's adopted dad.
Who knows? We gotta go to
I
the...
can't remember. Dio's dad should be on here.
Yeah.
Hell, Dio himself should be on
He's the
here.
worst father and
Yeah, from Tekken. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, Tekken anime. In that case,
6-man
I want to
lineup
see
ready to
fucking
fire off.
Hojo
So
on
if
here.
y'all down, we'll run this back after like the next trial or something. But with that being said, hope
My
y'all
poor
enjoyed.
Seffy
And for all my
Beffy
dads and
baby.
future dads out there, keep doing what you doing and don't be like these niggas.
Yup. There are so many ways you could fuck up, but don't fuck up this bad. Oh, thank you so much for joining us for this video. This was fun. I love me some animu. Oh no, the stream died.
it keeps doing that. You gotta refresh it. Just refresh after it does that on Kick and Twitch. I don't know why. I don't know if it's our internet or...
Kick and Twitch is always janky for us for some reason. YouTube is our best platform. Yes?
Anyway, yeah.
Take it.
Oh.
Thank you all for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It would make me very happy. Kiss, kiss,